corporate and cattle sales and oil deals were sealed over handshakes and shots of rye at the bar. This is also where Teddy Roosevelt recruited his famous Rough Rider Cavalry Brigade. According to folklore and some hotel staff as well as past guests, the Minger is said to have some ghosts as residents. Originally named Mission San Antonio de Valero, the Alamo served as home to missionaries and their Indian converts for nearly 70 years. Construction began on the present site in 1724. In 1793, Spanish officials secularized San Antonio's 5 missions and distributed their lands to the remaining Indian residents. San Antonio and the Alamo played a critical role in the Texas Revolution. In December 1835, Ben Milam led Texian and Tejano volunteers against Mexican troops quartered in the city. After 5 days of house-to-house fighting, they forced General Martín Perfecto de Cos and his soldiers to surrender. The victorious volunteers then occupied the Alamo, already fortified prior to the battle by Cos's men. On February 23, 1836, the arrival of General Antonio López de Santa Anna's army outside San Antonio nearly caught them by surprise. Undaunted, the Texians and Tejanos prepared to defend the Alamo together. The defenders held out for 13 days against Santa Anna's army. William B. Travis, the commander of the Alamo, sent forth couriers carrying pleas for help to communities in Texas. On the 8th day of the siege, a band of 32 volunteers from Gonzales arrived, bringing the number of defenders to nearly 200. Legend holds that with the possibility of additional help fading,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, like we had a little problem with the bus real quick. Give me a second. Let me try to restart her and see what's going on.
Oh, no. Talk to Stumpy. So see right there where the red light's flashing right above that.
Colonel Travis drew a line on the ground and asked any man willing to stay and fight to step over. All except one did. As the defenders saw it, the Alamo was the key to the defense of Texas, and they were ready to give their lives rather than surrender their position to General Santa Anna. Among the Alamo's garrison were Jim Bowie, renowned night fighter, and David Crockett, famed frontiersman and former congressman from Tennessee. The final assault came before daybreak on the morning of March 6, 1836, as columns of Mexican soldiers emerged from the pre-dawn darkness and headed for the Alamo's walls. Cannon and small arms fired from inside the Alamo beat back several attacks. Regrouping, the Mexicans scaled the walls and rushed into the compound. Once inside, they turned a captured cannon on the Long Barrack Church, blasting open the barricaded doors. The desperate struggle continued until the defenders were overwhelmed. By sunrise, the battle had ended and Santa Anna entered the Alamo compound to survey the scene of his victory. While the facts surrounding the siege of the Alamo continue to be debated, there is no doubt about what the battle has come to symbolize. People worldwide continue to remember the Alamo as a heroic struggle against impossible odds. A place where man made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom. For this reason, the Alamo remains hallowed ground and the shrine of Texas liberty. We're on our way to two of San Antonio's historic brewery locations. The first one being the San Antonio Museum of Art, where you will have the opportunity to hop off and visit at your leisure. Then the historic Pearl Brewery Complex, which houses a mix of restaurants and retail shops. In case you take notice, the reason for the two brewery sites in such close proximity to one another is that they were both located on the San Antonio River, a prime piece of real estate for brewing beer due to the natural source of water.
Over the years, San Antonio has expanded quickly from around 4,000 in 1850 to 50,000 by the turn of the century to 400,000 by 1950 and then over 1 million by the year 2000. And it's still growing. The city has a diversified economy and many big employers. Some of the important sectors are financial services, healthcare, tourism, education, and government. In modern times, the city has been divided into 10 council districts designed to ensure an equal population distribution between all districts, with each district then electing one member to sit with the mayor on the city council. The city has more than 30 higher education facilities which cater for over 100,000 students. The military, of course, has a major presence in San Antonio. The city and its surrounding area are host to Lackland Air Force Base, Randolph Air Force Base, Brook City Base, Camp Bullis, Camp Stanley, and also Fort Sam Houston, from whose parade ground the first military flight in history took off in 1910. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, military aviation development continued to be one of the fort's main focuses. The important contributions of Fort Sam Houston to America were recognized in 1975 when the post was designated as a National Historic Landmark. As one of the Army's oldest installations, Fort Sam Houston boasts its largest collection of historic structures, more than 900 buildings, 9 times as many as Colonial Williamsburg. The historical integrity of the fort's different sections have been retained and represent different eras of construction and reflect Army concepts in planning and design. Careful preservation of these areas allows the post to live with its history, surrounded by the existence of traditions of excellence established when the first soldier arrived here in 1845. Throughout its history, Fort Sam Houston has had an excellent relationship with the city of San Antonio. The two have grown together. The city has often been called the mother-in-law of the Army because so many soldiers, including Dwight D. Eisenhower, met their future spouses here. The three
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a very, very factual statement about our beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas, often being referred to as the mother-in-law to the Army. Now, in my personal opinion, it really should be the mother-in-law to the armed forces. Now, I say that because I know a lot of people from different branches of our military services that came to this beautiful city of San Antonio very single, but they left here about as married as you could ever possibly get. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I am a testament to this statement because my parents met right here in San Antonio while they were both here for basic training. Yep, folks, my magnificent father met my gorgeous mother right here in San Antonio thanks to my Uncle Sam. And that is also the reason you guys are lucky enough to have this magnificently gorgeous bus driver as your tour guide today. Now, folks, I will be your tour guide and your vacation host for the next hour. I am the great W.C. Calhoun. Yes, I said I am the great W.C. Calhoun, and I mean every single word of it. Now, I'm going to give you guys a great tour. Why am I going to give you a great tour? I looked at our price list this morning. Y'all paid a great deal of money to ride this doggone bus. You'd be a little bit upset if I got on here and said, "Hi, y'all. I'm your mediocre tour guide, Bubba Jack." Well, guess what? You didn't get Bubba Jack, and you definitely did not get mediocre. You got the great one, baby. So sit back. I'm going to try to make you laugh a little bit, give you some history, and hopefully you guys will have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself. Grab one of my cards up here. Give me a review on TripAdvisor. My boss will see it, and I will finally get the raise I've been deserving for the past 7.5 months. I'm just joking, folks. I got the cheapest boss on the planet. I am not going to get a raise. Now, as we make our way up the road here, you beautiful people, we're going to head into a little area known as the Pearl. Now, the Pearl sits up here to our left. Now, this right here used to be an active brewery. Now, it closed down back in 2001. The reason it shut down was because the parent company that bought them in 1985, Pabst Blue Ribbon, decided they were going to shut this plant down and manufacture the beer out of a more state-of-the-art plant up in Fort Worth, Texas. Because you can still buy Pearl beer, you just can't buy one that has a San Antonio mark on it. Now, when they did that, this area out here sat empty and dormant for 1 calendar month. Then a very wise group of investors, the Silver Group LLC, saw the potential for this whole 23-acre area, bought it for pennies on the dollar, and transformed it into what it is today. A lot of great shops, a lot of great